What up, everybody? It's me, Blake316, here to give my thoughts and opinions on the Sony E3 press conference of 2011. And I must say that, Microsoft had a bad press conference, and Sony had a boring as hell press conference. We're going to call this Sony throwing the towel, just give it up. Like, you guys just don't got it anymore. First off, the press conference starts off with dubstep music. And I was like, wow, this is going to be really long. Then they're like, there's a big crowd of 6,000 people. They're trying to make it seem like this big thing. Meanwhile, they invited 6,000 people. So they try to make it seem bigger than what it really was. Like, you're not fooling me. So right away, they said they're going to address the PSN outage. And their way of addressing it was, I'm sorry, I apologize. They didn't say anything else. They didn't address shit. They were just like, oops, I'm sorry, Like, nice way to address everybody. Like, totally just blew it off. But they did get straight into their games. And, Naughty Dog, you couldn't understand a goddamn thing the presenters of Naughty Dog were saying. They were like Australian or British. Regardless, I couldn't understand shit the fuck they were saying. So, obviously they presented Uncharted 3. Like, really, Uncharted 3? Like, Sony is one of those brands that rape their franchise all on one console. Like, granted, there's a bunch of Halos on Xbox, but like, there's Halo 1 and 2 on Xbox, 3, and there's going to be 4 on 360. On PS3, there's going to be Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Killzone 1, 2, 3. There's going to be Resistance 1, 2, 3. Like, Sony's known for raping their franchise titles. Look back in the PS1 days, there's like Twisted Metal 15. There's like Crash Bandicoot 27. There's friggin' how many Jet Moto games. Like, they're known for this. And I don't know, like, a lot of Sony fans, like, criticize, 360 owners for having, like, the same game over and over. But PS3, well, Sony does it 100 times fucking worse. So, but they did show Uncharted 3, and I must say, as usual, the game looks graphically amazing, but, and he made a joke. He was like, oh yeah, this game's gonna sell like hotcakes or something. Yeah, like, PS3 owners actually buy their games, buddy. But, yeah, Uncharted 3 looked really good. Also, they focused. Also, like I said, there was Resistance 3. Like, who gives a shit? There was a God of War collection of PSP games. Who really cares? And there was Echo and Shadow of Colossus, which I admit I'm definitely interested in. But they were going so hard, like they were emphasizing on 3D gaming, like as if everybody has 3D TVs. I personally do not know one single person who has a 3D TV. Anybody who I know doesn't know a single person who has 3D TV. Has a 3D TV. So why is Sony going so hard on 3D gaming when nobody has a 3D TV? This is such a fail on their part. I mean, and I want to know, to the people who are watching this right now, please let me know if you know anybody who has a 3D TV. I guarantee about 90% of you guys don't know anybody. Like, nobody has a 3D TV. And Sony was like, oh well, we're gonna have a PlayStation branded TV, and if you want, it's only gonna cost you $500. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, people are gonna buy a $500 3D TV? No, I don't think so. They're gonna be just fine with whatever 42-inch TV they probably already have. Then, they're going so hard on this PlayStation Move. So apparently they sold 8 million PlayStation Move units. Don't nobody play that shit. Like, they brung out PlayStation Move NBA 2K11 on the Move. Wow. Nobody period is going to be playing NBA 2K12 with the PlayStation Move. The only positive Sony had out of this part of the press conference was that they bring out the best basketball player of all time, Kobe motherfucking Bryant. But then they brought medieval moves with 3D glasses, more to 3D gaming when people don't have 3D TVs, so probably nobody really gives a shit. And sorry, 3D gaming is not the future of gaming. No way in hell. Not anytime soon, anyway. And then we're like, in the medieval moves, this game reminded me of a Nintendo Wii game that came out like 4 years ago. This is nothing new and innovative. It's this, like, this is old Wii stuff. Like, you're not bringing nothing new to the table. Then, Infamous 2, I mean, the scores and reviews are already out. I mean, it's an average game, who cares? Starhawk, boring as hell. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, like a platformer, who really cares? Like, they were showing, then this part of the press conference, they started showing games that weren't coming out to like 2012, so it's like, no need to get excited about. And then they brung this one guy, who was like, my name is Hilmer, I come from Iceland. You couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying either. No, the whole Sony press conference had either people, you can't understand what the hell they're saying, or they're all like fat and breathing all heavy all over the mic. It was fucking disgusting half the time. Like, they bring this Iceland guy talking about some Dust 154, where it's a console game, first person shooter, and it connects with a PC MMO. What the fuck is that? And then they're like, the new BioShock game, on BioShock Infinite, is gonna have PlayStation Move, like, accessibility. Nobody's gonna use that shit. It's the same thing with Xbox 360. Stop with this fucking, you know, stop with the motion controls. Nobody's gonna use this Move stuff. They were going so hard on the PlayStation Move. Like, who plays that? Nobody. And then they were like, BioShock on the new NGP, and they were like, oh, exclusive content for Saints Row 3, who really cares? A Star Trek game, who really fucking cares? And they were like, oh, SSX, snowboarding, Need for Speed, and Battlefield 3, like, exclusive content. Nobody gives a shit about SSX. Nobody gives a damn about Need for Speed anymore. Like, I wasn't impressed at all. Then, Sony finally goes to the, you know, their big surprise, not really surprise, but what everybody was looking for, the PlayStation NGP, which they eventually named the PlayStation Vita. Like, Vita supposedly means life, but PlayStation Vita, it doesn't have a great selling name. Well, I'm gonna get that PlayStation Vita, but whatever, it's just a name. On the other hand, the graphics look fucking amazing. It was touchscreen. Uncharted looked really good. But the thing is, this PlayStation Vita is nothing different than the original PSP. Yes, it's a touchscreen and all, but it looks the same thing. Like, what Sony doesn't realize when it comes to portable handhelds, and why Nintendo is so successful, is that people don't want these in-depth graphical games. Like, people don't want that on the go. They want something that's easy to get into and easy to turn off. Like, these games that have, like, it's too much to play on the go. And that's not what people want. And that's why the PSP failed. And obviously, Sony didn't learn from their mistakes. Like, these in-depth graphical games, like, these are not portable games. People don't want that on the go. And then, like, they were showing Little Big Planet and like Mod Nation Racers. It's the same shit on the PS3, and they're putting on the portable. Like, Sony fans, are you really excited about the PS Vita? Like, yeah, it looks fucking cool if you like electronics, but this is not something you're gonna want on the go. I was shocked though when I said the prices of the Wi-Fi version, $249.99. And the 3G was $299.99, but the $249.99 is definitely going to give the Nintendo 3DS like a little push, like, you better watch it back because we're right here. But personally, if you like a portable gaming experience on the go, you have to go with the Nintendo device, because this just isn't, like, people don't like this, and it's a known fact. That's why the PSP failed. That's why nobody was playing the games. Like, people don't want that crap. But man, I tell you, besides the portable console, man, this PlayStation press conference was boring as hell. You know, they showed nothing like exciting. Like Uncharted 3, like a bunch of 3 games are coming out, and like your PlayStation Move, man, give that shit up. Nintendo did that like 4 years ago. You're trying way too hard. But I don't know what you guys thought about that press conference. I thought it was boring as hell. I think Nintendo press conference is gonna blow. Pause. Microsoft and PlayStation out of the water. But that's my opinion. It's me, Blake 316. Peace.